What is going on, guys? My name is Hussein, and in today's video I'm gonna spin up a cloud version of RabbitMQ using the Cloud Advanced Message Queue protocol. So the Advanced Message Queue protocol applies for many messaging queues, right? And one software that uses this protocol, as is one protocol, is RabbitMQ. So in this video, I'm gonna spin up one RabbitMQ instance on this service, and it's very simple. And I'm gonna create a publisher and create a new queue on this instance, and then start consuming the same instance from a consumer that I'm gonna build. I'm gonna use NodeJS to build these applications, and this is just to tell you that you don't have to basically spin up these RabbitMQ instances locally on your machine. So you can just use one of these services, and it's really nice and easy. And how about we jump into it, guys? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to cloudamqp.com and hit enter, login, and this is my email. Feel free to email me any questions. I really appreciate all your stuff, guys. And we go ahead and create a new instance, and what we're gonna do is gonna call it, I don't know, test, and you can choose any plan you want. Free is more than enough, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and select region east, really wherever you wanted this instance to be. The closest thing is the west. I'm gonna pick it, like, I don't know, North California. Sure, this is the closest to me because I'm in California. Go ahead and review, and just like that, $0 a month. By the way, this is not a sponsored or anything like that. It's just I just enjoy their services, and I thought I'll just give them some love and try their service. So go ahead and create instance, and just like that, we have a new server, RabbitMQ Manager. You can go to the RabbitMQ Manager, take a look at that. Obviously, I don't have any queues, I don't have any exchanges, I don't have any channels, nothing, right? So all I'm gonna do is go to edit, and let's take a look at the services. That's the host. That's the host, Baba. And this is the AMQP URL. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this puppy, and let's go to the code, guys. How about that? Go to the code. This is the code, guys. I'm gonna share it with you. I have done a RabbitMQ crash course. Go check that video if you want details about what RabbitMQ is, what is all that stuff, what is a channel, what is a connection, talking about all that stuff, where we actually built this application from scratch. But in this video, I'm not gonna show you how I'm not gonna build it from scratch. I'm gonna consume this stuff. All right, so publisher. The publisher will connect to the RabbitMQ server, which is currently is set to my local host. I'm gonna change that, and I'm literally gonna put this huge URL that I got from the server, right? And gonna connect to the server, gonna create a channel, because this is like the stream level, just like HTTP2, create a channel, and then we can do stuff in this channel. We can have many channels. By default, I think the servers give you like around 200 channels by default. That's pretty much for a free version. This is enough, right? We're gonna create a new queue called jobs, and we're gonna send content to the queue based on whatever the parameter that we send to this application, right? In this case, I'm gonna send a number, and then once this number, we're gonna make it into a JSON and then send it back to the server. And then the moment we send it, we close the connection, we close the channel and close the connection. At the other end, I'm gonna consume that new content, right, on the consumer side, right? How about we connect and test this thing? Node publisher.js, and I'm gonna send the number 107. Boom. Just like that, we have connected, we have sent the job, we have created the job queue because it didn't exist, right? This is what asserts does. And then we sent the queue, and then we send that job an entry to the queue, and then we close the channel, we close the connection. Let's look at the dashboard. How do I go to the dashboard? Still figuring this thing out. RabbitMQ Manager. All right, look at that. We got a brand new queue. It's called jobs. How about channels? There's no channels. Weird, because we just closed the channel, right? And yeah, that's the jobs. There's some content in it, probably, right? This is the queue message. There's one ready. hasn't been, there's no connections, and yeah, there's all that stuff. There's one queue, 7 exchanges. I didn't create any exchanges. These are the default exchanges, I guess, right? I never used these exchanges in RabbitMQ, so I'm not really familiar with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and play with the consumer side of this. Start consuming this. We'll take this thing, consumer, and yeah, we can just do the same thing here, huh? Let's connect. And what do? We're gonna consume same exact thing, right? I'm gonna connect, create a channel, assert that the queue exists, right? We don't really need the results. We're not gonna do anything with the results. And then we start consuming. And the moment we consume anything, we receive the job with the number and we print that number. And that's just, was some example with the axe and stuff. I want to acknowledge that stuff, but I'm not going to acknowledge anything. I'm just going to consume and print. Let's go ahead and do that. Node consumer.js. I'm not going to pass anything else. When I do that, it's like, look at that. Receive job with input 107 and the connection is still there. I did not close the consumer for some reason, right? I want to show you that. If I go back to the dashboard and go to channels, look at that. We have a channel that is opened. It tells you this is my public IP address. It's dynamic, so don't worry about it. The moment I restart, my router is going to give you another stuff. Just generate a random username. That's my local port, apparently. Queues, that's the queues, a high availability queue, and all that stuff. So yeah, and if I kill my queue, my consumer, and I did this, I'm gonna receive the same thing. You know why, guys, right? Because we have not told RabbitMQ to actually dequeue that job. However, while I am working on 107, that job 107, if someone else connected to the queue at the same time, what they will do is like, let's do it. How about that? Actually, just node consumer.js. Let's create 2 connections. Look at that. This puppy did not get the queue. Did not get 107 because to RabbitMQ, right? The other puppy is using the 107, right? But the consumer did not acknowledge it, right? So for all we know, if I kill this connection, I go back, let's see what will happen, right? Look at that. Because the first consumer died, I go to the second consumer, immediately got the job because they say, hey, looks like this consumer didn't acknowledge me, right? That's why acknowledgements are very, very tricky to get right? So that's why get that thing right, guys. And I talked about this stuff in RabbitMQ. All right, guys, so a very short video to talk about RabbitMQ and how to spin up a RabbitMQ in a cloud version. I think that's the first video I make on a cloud. And start using the cloud more because it's just very convenient. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you like it. Share it with your friends. I'm going to see you on the next one. You guys stay awesome.